name is Pika Pussy.
I am Gintonic Bomb.
Just Betty.
Chicken Nick.
I am Smoking Behind. Just Lauren.
I am Jingle Pants.
Itchy Sandbox.
Just Elise.
Designated Drinker.
Just Andy.
Just Allie.
Hi, I'm Leaky Orifice.
Dung on the tongue.
It's just Jenny.
Gay School Dropout.
My name is Sir Monkey Snatch, and I'm an East Lansing Hash House Harrier.
It was a cold August day, around 75 degrees, and my friend decided that we should go out for this running club that we just heard about. It was just a spectacular moment, being a newbie, a virgin, in the midst of the new group of people that I had never met. We ran, we drank. It was a beautiful moment in my life.
Basically, I went out running one day, and I had no idea what to expect. I saw it online, and I went to their hash, and I thought it was a running group, and it turned out to be more of a social group.
In the hash motto way,
We're a drinking club. A drinking club with a running problem.
Cheers to that.
The only prerequisite is that you're, to some degree, quite awesome. And then there'll be some guys that are going to set a trail. These guys are the Harriers.
On.
They try to trick the half minds, and that's the pack, the running people, by making marks all over the place. What they do is they mark a certain trail in all sorts of directions.
And the rest of you guys just have to figure out where you're supposed to be running. You make a lot of noise, you generally be inappropriate, and you have a lot of fun.
In the end, it's just a group of people hanging out.
I hate you! I hate you!
Arrow can point in 2 directions, 1 direction, 3 directions. It's kind of up to the people to collectively figure out which way to go.
False! And then there's a false where you follow all the markings and you get down and you think that you're going the right way, and then suddenly just a big F that's circled, and your heart drops a little bit and your soul dies.
Would it be
like back this way?
Well, unlikely.
It could, but usually it doesn't. Oh, okay.
Because if it falls back on itself, we have the habit of accidentally grabbing the wrong trail.
Alright.
Which we are prone to.
There's chalk talk.
Chalk talk.
Chalk talk is what we do before each run.
It's the beginning of hashing. It's where you tell people who are new to hashing
That don't really know like exactly the rules and what's going on.
Or maybe, there's a veteran hasher who hasn't been there in a while.
And we basically explain all the symbols you'll see on the run so you understand what to do.
I'll explain all the arrows first, and then we'll do introductions. So along this is a drinking/running little thing we do. You're gonna see a bunch of arrows along the way. You're gonna see ones like this. That basically just means go that way.
And there might be a mark that looks like that.
Check!
If you come to a check and people are looking, there's a phrase that you say, "Are you?" "Are you" means, what are you doing? Status? Yeah. You either say looking or on. Looking means you're still lost. On means, I found it. Why aren't you following me?
You explain the markings on trail, like pack arrows and falses and 360s and all these things that you need to know to be able to run trail.
And then also introduce people who have done hashing before to people who are new to it. So it's a good point to kind of an icebreaker as well.
Spank me. Lick my Kraken.
Hands on.
Pika Pussy.
Just Dusty.
Just John.
Basically everything that isn't running involved. Basically, all the markings and all that, what they mean. So that's really what chalk talk is.
Your guys' favorite. We might come across something that looks like that.
Yeah!
That's here near. That means the beer is close, but you have to find it.
So usually chalk talk ends with, and the first mark is that way, whatever way it happens to be, and then people run.
Where is it?
On. I'll see you at the first.
So I laid a trail one time and there was chalk talk and then just lots of beer, and we didn't run for a while, which was bad. But usually people just run.
Eventually you come to a mark that says BC or beer check, and you get to drink some beer.
First, there's a BN, which is beer near.
And beer checks are where you're doing the trail and then you run into, if you see BC, you get to stop and you drink beer.
One by one, they filter in from their bush, finding this oasis of beer.
When I see BC, I'm like, oh my God, thank Christ, I don't have to run anymore. At least for like the time it takes everyone to drink a beer, maybe 2. Because I'm not a runner. And when I see a BC, I'm like, oh, fucking thank God, I could just chill for a minute.
Well, I had so much time, you guys couldn't find the trail. I had to, get the job done.
And they pass them out, and we just hang out, have a beer, enjoy each other's company.
And it's kind of why we hash.
After we have run our little trail, our trail through whatever is set,
We get together to discuss the run, aka nominate people for down-downs.
Down-downs are either they're used as rewards as well as punishments for things that you do during that day's hash.
You like my finger up your ass? No, not very likely, not very likely, not very likely.
Bring it down, 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 down.
They're kind of fun to do. You can get them if you wear tech on trail, like a watch or have a cell phone.
Using mommy names, and mommy names are people's real names.
For running too fast, for running too slow. You can basically get them for anything. We mostly just have fun with it.
When you're in the middle of circle, you can't drink until they say drink it down, down. They'll sing songs at you and berate you, and if you take too long, they say, why are we waiting? When you're done, you have to pour over your head.
And basically shows that they've completed drinking the beer by pouring the rest of the foam or whatever's left over their heads.
Today I accidentally wasn't done with my beer when I thought I was. Maybe I was drunk and poured it down myself.
And that's effectively a down-down.
It's a lot of singing and a lot of drinking, and it's definitely my favorite part of the hash.
My favorite thing about hashing is that it's socially different than everything else you expect.
So one of my favorite things about hashing is the fact that you get so many different people that come out to hashing. It's not one group of specific people. It's not just science majors. It's just not English majors. It's just not people who go to college. It's a totally eclectic group of people who, on any given day, you have no idea who's going to show up, and they're all really cool, really down to hang out, and really, really fun.
This way, come on, come on.
Just the cultural mix of it was a lot of fun. And just getting to know each other, it's a cooperative run, it's not competitive.
I'm a pretty competitive runner. I like to do races and stuff and get good scores, but it's nice that in between to be able to just run leisurely with friends.
It's just a lot of fun, and then at the end you have a big party, pretty much sing obscene songs.
It gives me an excuse to sing.
We basically take other songs and we add in our own words that are kind of funny and apply to hashing.
It's kind of weird. There's not very much singing in our culture anymore, and you have these hash songs that really bring together all the hashers and kind of some kind of unity, and it's kind of nice.
So there's something weird about and amazing about running with a pack. It's primal. You're in this group, you're all running, you all have this goal, and you're a group to yourselves. Nobody else that you see on the street knows what you're doing. They've usually never heard of hashing even. And so it's this weird, super awesome club, and you're doing this thing, and you have this goal, this like unified goal, and you're all working towards it.
I had no clue about this. I was oblivious to a whole hashing society. So D-Easy and Leaky Orifice say, you've got to try this out. This is a lot of fun. Because every week I would see them with all these scars all over their body, and they would say how amazing this run is. So they invited me out, and I went on my first run, and it was like a live hair run. And it was amazing. It was life-altering. And I've been hooked ever since.
Most hashers have names.
A lot of people ask, like, when am I going to get my hash name?
Well, you don't have a name because you haven't earned it. You have to earn your name.
You pretty much have to prove your awesomeness to get named.
Until then, you're just, like, I'm just Betty, so it's just that, and then your name.
It's always based off something you do during the hashes.
And they're usually kind of inappropriate or dirty because that makes it more fun.
I got dung on the tongue because I was sitting down by a pond and someone decided to throw some pond scum at me. It hit my stomach and went up in my mouth and in my nose, and I was blowing out chunks, let's just say that. I was blowing out chunks for about a week and tasting it for a long time, so dung on the tongue.
We went on this hash. It was out a long ways away through woods and rivers. Afterwards, we met by the pool. It was the summer. And then we were having all our like kumbaya-ness, singing and kumbayaing. And they told me to leave, so I left. But it happened to be the exact same week that everyone was moving out of their apartments. So the dumpsters were a gold mine. Hello. So I come back to my naming. And I have a Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'm wearing a hat, and I have a bat in my hand, and all this crazy stuff. And they named me Sir Monkey Snatch because I apparently love to steal stuff like a monkey does.
When someone gets named, it's a group decision, and we all talk about it, christen them with the beer splashes, and give them their name.
First time I came to a hash, a friend brought me, and a couple other people came with me, and it ended up being a really good time and made me want to come back.
I got involved in hashing just a couple months ago. I had a friend who always wanted me to go do it, but I never went to do it. And then finally I went, and I had a great time.
In all honesty, I don't know a lot of history of the hash.
I do not know any history about hashing.
I don't have a clue how hashing got started.
I do not know any history of the hash.
I don't know history of hashing.
I would love to know some history about hashing.
I think I heard it was started somewhere in Asia.
From what I know, the hash was started up, was it about 70 years ago or so? By these expatriate British guys.
Well, they were stationed in Malaysia.
Well, they were bored.
And I guess they got bored and they were like, what can we do?
And they're like, well, what are we going to do? They enjoyed their drinking, and they were, military folks, so they enjoyed their regular runs.
They were in shape, they liked to run, they also enjoyed to drink.
And there used to be this place where they would go for breakfast, which was the hash house, where you went for your morning hash.
They apparently had to work up an appetite to be able to eat their breakfast because it was so bad in this cafeteria.
So their idea was that they would run in the morning, kind of following the tradition of the child's game, the Fox and the Hound. They would nominate somebody to set a trail.
One person would leave a trail of paper.
And you would follow the paper to find where the trail was.
And then they would come back and have more beer and sing songs and eat their crappy breakfast.
And, drink a few beers and kind of discuss what's going on in their current environment.
As these soldiers got restationed at different places, the hash spread across the world.
No matter what country that you go to, you're going to find a hash. You're going to find a set of hashers out there.
And it's kind of fantastic.
I'm not really a runner. I like to go, I'm active, like I love to lift weights and stuff. I know you can't tell, but I do. And I was like, I really actually hate running because I used to smoke a lot, but I don't anymore. And so I was so resistant to it because I was like, fuck running. I don't want to run. I love drinking, but I don't want to run.
I didn't really want to do it. I thought it was basically like a 5K, but instead of water, you get beer, which I wasn't into. But then I went for the first time and found out it was nothing like that. And it was actually a really, really good time, and it was a fun time to be able to get exercise and meet people and drink a little bit.
There are these fabled tales of how the Lansing that Lansing Hashers got started.
But somewhere around 10 years ago, some people actually went to Japan.
There are two people I know, or I've heard, that were involved in this. One of them is Beer Sensei.
She used to take her students to Japan for a semester.
Beer Sensei asked her class, like, oh, does anybody go running? I like to go running. So Beer Sensei started hashing with her students.
And she decided to introduce the hash to the Lansing area.
And really the hash from here emigrated from Japan back to the US.
So she started the very first hash at her own backyard in East Lansing. But yeah, that was 1998, I believe, when she started the first hash, and I was one of the lucky few.
And ever since then, it's been going pretty strong.
So last year I was taking a walk and doing some photography, and I saw these crazy guys with big beards running in red dresses down through the snowy roads of Lansing, and I was trying to take some pictures because it looked awesome. And then I realized I knew half of them, and joined them in the bar, and the next thing I knew, it was 7 hours later, I was wearing a dress, and I realized I'd found my friends.
I came here and I'm like, well, I don't know anyone in Lansing. It's like, you know, I need to find something which lets me meet people who share common interests with me. So I started joining the hash runs.
One thing about the Lansing hash, or the GLH3 hash, that I've noticed that's different from these hashes is that there's a lot more diversity here than there are in other hashes, and I think that's probably because the amount of like 20s-ish like college kids that are around and that actually hash. Some of the hashers can be old. Like I've heard that in the Dayton hash, the fucking people are like in their 60s and 70s and 80s. So it's like, it's a weird when you go to a hash meeting and you meet these people that are like fucking your grandparents' age, and they're like, like throwing back beers and like running 5 miles. It's ridiculous. But no, we definitely have a diversity thing going on here in GLH3.
The greatest thing about House Harriers in Lansing is the amazing, amazing people that I get to meet every single weekend.
They don't judge you, they just accept you, and like they bring you into the hash and make you feel comfortable, and it's overall just a fun experience.
What's really funny about hashers is that there are these people that do this crazy stuff, right? They're crazy and they're running around and they're drinking and they're being insane, but they're also some of the most with it together people that I know. Like there's a large percentage of people in this hash actually that are in school for degrees, like both undergraduate and graduate degrees. And I was like foaming head, you know, for this year, got a job at Brown, which is no small feat, right? So he was teaching there. And like we lost designated drinker to like one of the nation's like top like physics facilities in Tennessee. Like what the fuck? But like hashers, so they're very crazy and we like to drink and whatever, but like we also, hashers are some of the most together like with it people that I've met, at least in the GLH3 hash. I don't know if I could say this for other hashes, but at least these people, these crazy fuckers, they got their shit together.
Read the hashers, we're the biggest drunks in history. From the town of Lansing, we're the masters of debauchery. Half lines, sailing shaky through the years. Watch us as we down a lot of beers. Down, down, drink it down, down. Down, 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 down.
There's a bear in the deep dark woods, yogi, yogi. There's a bear in the deep dark woods, yogi, yogi bear. Yogi, yogi bear, yogi, yogi bear. There's a bear in the deep dark woods, yogi, yogi bear.
Yogi has a girlfriend, Cindy, Cindy. Yogi has a girlfriend, Cindy, Cindy bear. Cindy, Cindy bear, Cindy. Cindy, Cindy Bear. Yogi has a girlfriend, Cindy, Cindy Bear.
Sydney Bear won't put out polar, polar. Sydney Bear won't put out polar, polar bear.
Polar, polar bear, polar, polar bear. Cindy Bear won't go down, polar, polar bear.
Cindy likes it upside down, koala, koala. Cindy likes it upside down, koala, koala bear. Koala, koala bear, koala, koala bear. Cindy likes it upside down, koala, koala bear.
Yogi's black and Cindy's white, panda, panda. Yogi's black and Cindy's white, panda, panda bear. Panda, panda bear, panda, panda bear. Yogi's black and Cindy's white, panda, panda bear.
Yogi has a 14-inch cock, more than. Yogi has a 14-inch cock, more than I can bear. More than I can bear, more than I can bear. Yogi has a 14-inch cock, more than I can bear.
Cindy takes it in the snatch, whore bear, whore bear. Cindy takes it in the snatch, what a hoary bear. What a hoary bear, what a hoary bear. Cindy takes it in the snatch, what a hoary bear.
You know it better than I.
I just made it up, that's not a real verse.
Cindy doesn't shave or snatch, grizzly, grizzly. Cindy doesn't shave or snatch, grizzly, grizzly bear. Grizzly, grizzly bear, grizzly, grizzly bear. Cindy doesn't shave or snatch, grizzly, grizzly bear.
Yogi has a 14-inch cock, liar, liar. Yogi has a 14-inch cock, liar, liar bear. Liar, liar bear, liar, liar bear. Yogi has a 14-inch cock, liar, liar bear.
Yogi has a little friend, boo boo, boo boo. Yogi has a little friend, boo 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 bear.
Boo 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 bear, boo 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 bear. Yogi has a little friend, boo 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 bear.
Boo Boo's only 3 feet tall, lucky, lucky. Boo Boo's only 3 feet tall, lucky, lucky bear. Lucky, lucky bear, lucky, lucky bear. Boo Boo's only 3 feet tall, Yogi's a lucky bear.
Boo Boo takes it up the ass, brown bear, brown bear. Boo Boo takes it up the ass, brown bear, brown bear, brown bear, brown bear, brown bear, brown bear. Boo Boo takes it up the ass, brown bear.